Good morning, class. How are you?
Morning, Miss Erna.
So, how was your weekend?
It was wonderful.
Good. So do you do something outside during your weekend?
I went to the beach.
You went to the beach. Anything else
I
going
watch
on?
movie.
You watch movie. What about anything else?
I also went on a hike.
You went on a hike. That's so cool. All right. So basically, some of you are doing some nature things going on during the weekend. So before I start my class, I want to ask you about when you going outside to the nature, what do you see?
Plants.
Plants. Exactly.
Trees.
Trees.
Sky.
Trees.
The skies. All right.
Birds.
The birds. Okay. What else?
Mountains.
The mountains. What else?
The ocean. Beautiful nature.
So the trees, the trees. What about the sun? What about like the
Yeah.
entire universe, the sun? Do you like when it's sunny?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So my subject today, my lesson today, we're going to discuss about photosynthesis. Have you have you heard the word before, photosynthesis?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so before you start or say anything, I want you to think about it. Just to think about the word photosynthesis. And if you knew like the process of photosynthesis. So, as you think of it, I'm going to give you this paper. Here we go. And I will ask you 3 questions. So you can answer true or false to this question, okay? So first you can write on your paper, you can write photosynthesis. Yes, photosynthesis. So question number 1, so it's true or false, okay? Question number 1. The sun is one of the elements used to have photosynthesis. Is it true or false?
What is it?
The sun is one of the elements used to have photosynthesis. You guys done?
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. Photosynthesis is a process of plant making food. Number 3. Photosynthesis produces oxygen that is beneficial for the environment. All right, so now I want Nate to give me the answer of number 1. So what do you have for number 1, Nate?
True.
True. The answer is right. The sun is one of the elements used to have photosynthesis. Good job. So number 2, Tina, can you? What's your answer?
True.
True. Yes, photosynthesis is the process of plant making food. Yuri, number 3, what's your answer?
True.
Correct. So photosynthesis produces oxygen that is beneficial for the environment. You guys are so smart. Now, I'm going to give you one of these paper, and I want you to discuss together. And then right when you done, I want you to come up. One of you come up here and then draw a picture of the process of photosynthesis. Can you do that? So it's just, what is this? You just making a list. I'll give you 2 minutes.
Visual diagram on the.
Yeah, so you can draw something.
This.
Yes, and then you can use
The magnets.
the magnet where you have.
The magnets.
Oh, there's a magnet. Okay, awesome.
No, you have there's a green one.
Yeah. Let's see.
You can be creative here if you want.
Your pressure.
She's a very good artist.
She is.
Three.
Oh.
Okay. And then there's the sunlight.
Okay.
And then there's the soil. Maybe some water in the soil.
Carbon dioxide or human. So it's you.
Oh, maybe I should draw a person.
Good job, Yuri. That's so good. This is like the perfect drawing to explain the process of photosynthesis. So now I'm going to explain a little bit more about what is the differences between photosynthesis and cooking food. Who love to cook food?
Me.
All right, so as you know that photosynthesis is the process of a plant making food. So the whole universe is actually making food by this process with the photosynthesis process. So what's the
Don't do it. No.
so what's the attribute and the non-attribute between between photosynthesis and cooking? So now I want you to write it down, the attributes of photosynthesis and the cooking, and then we will discuss furthermore for the non-attributes for that. The what? The attributes for photosynthesis and the non-attributes, or the non-attributes later. So it's the attributes for photosynthesis and attributes for cooking. You guys done?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so when you're thinking about making food, about cooking, don't you think it's a little bit similar with photosynthesis?
Yes.
What do you need for cooking? Do you need like energy? Like,
Water.
yeah, water and ingredients. Like, so this is actually the similarity, just to compare. So carbon dioxide, soil, water, and the sun is like the ingredients, the elements. Same like cooking, but what makes it different? So now you can tell me and write it down. What's the non-attributes of those two? What's the difference between cooking and photosynthesis? Not attribute?
Yeah. Well, both of them uses energy, so it won't be breathable.
Mhm.
And both of them can use water,
Mhm.
but photosynthesis specifically can only be done by plants.
Mhm.
And cooking can be done by humans, and anyone can do it. And photosynthesis uses carbon dioxide,
Mhm.
and cooking actually produces carbon dioxide because you'll be cooking and heating up things.
Right. Well, photosynthesis made carbon dioxide from the human, but it produces oxygen.
Mhm.
That's what makes it different, right? Because when you're cooking, you're not produce any oxygen, you produce carbon dioxide, right? So I have a question here. Can photosynthesis occurs when there is no sun, when there is no
No.
sunlight?
No,
Why? What do you think it cannot be occur when there is no sun?
sunlight. Well, basically, sunlight is a source of energy. So the plants need that energy to produce things, like process those ingredients.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. Do you think cooking can be done with the sun, with the energy of the sunlight, or just the energy from like using fire, which one? Fire? You think so?
We can try cooking on the rock, which has been under the sun
That's actually very creative. The other question that I have is, why do you think photosynthesis is important for the environment?
That's how we get part of the oxygen that we breathe.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's very important. So when the environment has a lot of plantations, that means the world will have a lot more oxygen produced by the plants because of photosynthesis, and that is good for our environment. It's good for our bodies. It's very beneficial to the whole nature. So why do you need to know the significant differences between the cooking and photosynthesis itself? Like why do you find the need to know the difference between those two concepts?
So we can understand how it's done. We understand how we cook and how we need certain things so that we can cook. We can
Mhm.
understand that photosynthesis needs certain things for it to happen.
Anything else? Do you want to share something, Nate? Do you want to share something? What about you, Yuri? All right. Well, if any of you didn't have anything to say, that's the end of the lesson. And thank you very much for your input. And you guys free for recess today.